Hello, Gemini. How are you? This is Jess from Soul Star Healing and Tarot. Hope you're doing great. Today, we are doing a reading for the eclipse season. We had the lunar eclipse in Pisces. That was, I think, September 7th. And then we have the solar eclipse in August coming on August 20th. I keep saying August, September 21st. I don't know why I'm stuck in August for some reason. So we'll be using a card from the secret language of light, secret language of darkness for the shadow energy that spirit would like you to release with the lunar eclipse energy. And then we'll be doing a card with tarot from the secret language of light for the energy that spirit would like you to focus on during the solar eclipse. And then we have one of the wild unknown alchemy cards we'll be doing at the end for how you are to bring this all together and alchemize the energies together. Okay, so let's start. We have the secret language of darkness here. This is your shadow energy. One card, please, Spirit. What is the shadow energy you would like for Gemini to release during this eclipse season? One card, please. Okay. We have integration, ushering experience into wisdom. And this is a 43 card if that number is relevant to you. You are beginning to see the benefits of your life experiences from the good and the bad, and how they intersect to create a rich platform from which to build. When you can appreciate the lessons and strengths developed through adversity, the challenging aspects of your reality can transform into wisdom. In this way, they no longer limit but expand your world and potential. Gratitude doesn't absolve wrongdoing. Instead, it allows you to move forward with balanced awareness. Rather than feeling that anything has control over your reactions, you can choose your responses. Blaming an experience or person for how you feel gives them influence that can color your life. Turn towards your shadow self and look at anything or anyone you have made responsible for how you feel. Face them with honesty and courage. Tell them you are your own person, that you are strong and in command of your choices and feelings. Thank yourself for bravely claiming power and wisdom from adversity. Know that you are whole and free to be all that you are. And oddly, I just had this conversation with somebody that is doing too much to kind of help people in their life and becoming overwhelmed. And they're focusing on helping people to the point that it's become an obligation and they're fully overwhelmed. So, integration here. Okay, so let's get 3 cards from the Wonderland Tarot and see how the tarot is going to explain this further for us. 3 cards, please, for Gemini Spirit. Okay. What do we have? Okay, very interesting. So we're starting here with the Two of Cups. So there may be some situation going on for some of you or some behaviors where the balance of your relationships has gone off. And this is exactly what I was just talking about. Instead of people mirroring each other's energy and really supporting each other and being in the same energetic space, I think that the potential here with this being a shadow aspect, it's something that it would be this card in the reverse. Your relationships are becoming more obligation, becoming overwhelming. The energy is not synchronistic, it's not mutual. Okay. So instead of this loving, healing energy of the cups, there's a huge imbalance. You're getting overwhelmed. And the people that you are in relationship with are getting more of your energy than they are giving back. And it's probably depleting you greatly. Okay. Then we have the Three of Pentacles. This is another card of working together. This is a big, big statement that Spirit's making here. Okay. It seems like you're working alone a lot and you're putting in more effort. This should be your grounded tribe, your support system that acknowledges all that you do, sees your potential, and builds you up to keep moving forward in a grounded way where you can see your plans through, the things that you're looking for, or to accomplish for the long term to bring stability to your life. Okay. So this would tell me that you're feeling ungrounded, especially with this being a pentacle card. This energy that there's a lack of support around you. There's a lack of people really building you up and giving you the space and acknowledgement to move forward on the things that you want to do for yourself instead of taking all of that energy and putting it towards the things you'd like to build. The people around you are taking that energy and you're allowing them. Okay. You're allowing the focus to be on building support and structure and grounding energy for other people instead of putting that energy into yourself or expecting the people around you to provide that for you. Okay. Your tribe here. And then we have the high priestess. Okay. And this tells me really how this is affecting you. First, this is definitely going to be a drain on you, and I think it's spiritually draining you. I think it is really cutting off your ability to trust your intuition, to really be in this place where you have solitude that allows you to grow in a spiritual way. Okay. Because the high priestess works alone. Okay. She doesn't work with anyone else. And the energy I'm reading with this is that it's really infringing on your solitude. And when you are alone, instead of being focused on your spiritual development and your spiritual growth and your energetic stability, okay, you're scattered and all over the place. And that's not an energy that the high priestess works with, okay? So you have to think about how this is really affecting you. And it's kind of like on the airplane where you have to put the oxygen mask on yourself first. This card is telling me that you need to put the oxygen mask on yourself first because it's really greatly affecting your spiritual relationship with yourself more than anything. Okay. You're giving that power to other people instead of being in your power. Okay. To control yourself and the energy around you. Okay. Very, very big thing here to focus on for you, Gemini. Okay, let's grab a secret language of light, okay, and see how we can balance this out. Okay, Spirit, one card for Gemini here. How can they counter this energy? What should they focus on? One card, please. Being selective. All right. Okay. Hold on one second. That fell on the floor. Okay. We have card 41, Soul Song. Let me get the book here. Tune into the soundtrack of life. Your soul emits a beautiful song. Think of it as pulsating light moving in the rhythm with the universe. Your song travels through light and is the background music of your life. Even if you can't hear your song with your physical ears, know it exists. We know animals hear sounds we can't. Your song is always resonating throughout the universe, along with the music of the spheres and the sound the universe made when it was born, the greatest song of all, Om. You can tune into it through your heart and your throat. Be willing to live your life from the highest, most aligned, most loving perspective. The next song or piece of music that moves your inner world will help you to tune into your soul song, or you can go out into nature. The music of nature will balance and detoxify. Align with the sounds of the earth, and you will find the steps to take next. And if you've listened to me before, I say this often. Air signs really resonate with sound, okay, whether it be music or being in nature or singing bowls or tuning forks. It does. For I don't know many air signs that don't have a great appreciation for music. It's just very common with air signs. My son is an Aquarius sun, Aquarius moon, Libra rising. He's in music school, okay? And all of my air sign friends always listening to live music, always just so drawn to music. So do use music for healing if you need to, okay? But remember that this will help you when you're overwhelmed to get your energy back into balance. Okay. Spirit saying sound therapy, sound healing. Listen to the ocean. Um, Listen to the leaves on the trees blowing in the wind. Whatever it is for you, try to take some time for yourself. That high priestess card. Okay. With some sound. Okay. And this is the Whisper of Stars and Garden Tarot. And we'll grab 3 cards here of advice from Spirit for you. Okay, Spirit, what would you like Gemini to know about this Soul Song card and how they can counteract this shadow energy? Okay. Okay. This is pretty amazing. All right. So we're going to start here with the Moon card. Okay. So Spirit is saying with this Moon card, 100%, we need to acknowledge the shadow energy. We need to look deeper into it and how and where and why and when we develop this behavior of needing to save everybody, Gemini, okay? And not saving ourselves first, because there's there's a lesson in it for you, okay? And as this says, ushering experience into wisdom. Okay. Let's go back to the root. Let's go back to the inner child of Gemini and see where this behavior developed. Okay. And when we started responding to the people around us and our relationships in this way, so we can really get to the core. Okay. Because it's not necessarily just something you do, it is something you have taught yourself to do as a coping mechanism. And it may be through like a low self-esteem, for example. You feel like you have to save people. You may have had parents that weren't able to parent and you had to step up and take control of situations. We need to nurture whatever the origination of this is. We need to go deep within. We need to shine a light on it, and we need to nurture that. We need to heal it. And that's the first step in this process of moving forward. I'm going to go to this card next because this is a really important one. We have the Queen of Swords here, heart chakra, throat chakra. How do we verbally set boundaries with people, but still work with our heart? We can do it in a very loving way. Okay. We really need to step into this power of the Queen of Swords and learn how to communicate with ourselves and others from the heart space, but with boundaries. Okay. It's very important for you to do here. Spirit's making it very clear. This Queen of Swords energy is absolutely the energy you want to step into to counteract the energy you've been in here. Okay. Setting firm boundaries one at a time. You don't have to change overnight. You don't have to change this behavior overnight. Acknowledging it and one step at a time, coming to the understanding that we can lovingly set boundaries with people. Okay. And another thing that's coming to me right now while I'm reading this is that sometimes when we always rescue people, okay, we don't allow them to develop independence for themselves. Okay, you're taking away their ability to learn a very important skill that they need to learn, okay, by interjecting this hero complex on them, okay? You don't need to rescue everybody, all right? Set the boundaries and allow them the beauty of learning how to be their own rescuer, okay? Because if you rescue them all the time, you're taking that away from them. Not that it's ill intended. And when you take it away from them, you're putting so much pressure on yourself to be the rescuer, okay? Because that's what this looks like here. And then we have, with this high priestess, the hermit. I always say the hermit is about becoming the wisdom keeper of yourself, ushering experience into wisdom, okay? Again, with the moon card here and the high priestess here, we want to focus on going within. It really looks like here it is time for a big time out for you. Taking time unapologetically to go within, especially with this moon card before it, we need to look at where everything originated, go into that inner child, okay? And then we need to process it in a way in which we understand ourselves at a deep, deep level. Okay? Becoming the wisdom keeper of yourself. And then you become a guide for people, not a hero. Okay? You don't have to rescue people. They're more than welcome to come to you for advice. You can be the sage to people. All right? But you can let them solve their own problems. You can remove yourself from that, teaching them how to become more independent. Okay, that's fine. No more rescuing, becoming wise and becoming a person that people respect, right? People respect the hermit. Kings, emperors go to the hermit for advice, okay? But the hermit doesn't do the work for them. He tells them what he needs to say to them, he gives them the wisdom, and then he sends them on their way to do it on their own, okay? He works alone. She works alone. You need alone time, Gemini. Time for you, okay? And also, not to mention, the Queen of Swords is known for being very independent and working alone. Okay? So that is very clear here. It's time to focus on you. All right, let's get one of these wild unknown alchemy cards for you and see what the advice is from spirit there. Okay. And unfortunately, I can't shuffle these cards because they're such a weird shape. So I just kind of intuitively go in and grab a card. Okay. Somebody else got this card. I can't remember who. We have antimony. And let me find this in the book. Okay. Wildness, fierceness, hunger. In medieval times, antimony became known as the gray wolf of alchemy. And the gray wolf would be also working. They have a pack, but they also work alone. Okay. This was due to the metalloid's unpredictable qualities and its ability to eat away at materials in the laboratory. Gold is one of the few materials to withstand contact with it. For these reasons, this card must be read with delicacy. On one hand, it represents the wild and free spirit that longs to express itself in the world. On the other hand, it represents a fierceness that can turn destructive or corrosive at the drop of a hat. The message here is clear. Channel the gray wolf's energy towards creativity. Challenge it to come out from the shadows and express itself. Embark on the creative project or adventure that's calling you rather than focusing on why you can't. Once you begin, don't quit. The gray wolf responds to respect, not repression. As I was saying, people are not necessarily respecting you. So, what this card is saying, if you didn't understand that, is that this is going to require a fierce attitude from you. Okay. You're going into kind of literally the wild unknown, as this deck is called. Okay. But it's going to require you to really have a fierce determination in changing the way the energy's been in your life. And it may not be liked too much by the people that you're changing around, but that's their problem, not yours. Okay. People might see you as fierce. Some relationships might be really affected by it. That's okay. You have to put the oxygen mask on yourself first, Gemini. Okay. And that's going to require the energy of a gray wolf. All right. So that's your mission for this eclipse season, Gemini. I wish you lots of luck. If this resonated with you, I do ask you to subscribe, like, share, comment, any of those good things we do to support readers on YouTube. And I will talk to you soon. Good luck to you. Bye-bye.